Young villain again. This guy's on fire with the super
Let's
chats.
go.
For guys dating girls that are more conservative, such as South Asian, how can we adapt our game to escalate since we can't talk as openly about sex?
Yeah, that's a good point. Usually these girls are going to have a much bigger cultural slut shame. So if you think about the spectrum, you can go to somewhere like Sweden and girls there don't even fucking cock block, right? Like I've had situations in Sweden where girls will be like, yeah, you should go home with my friend and like make it happen. But obviously in Asian countries, you're going to face a lot more slut shame here. Now, the benefit is, young villain, I'm assuming you'll need to type in the chat. I'm assuming you're traveling there and don't live there. If you're a foreigner, you avoid a lot of this. Even when I was staying in Indonesia, not in Bali, in fuck, I can't think of the city. But anyway, I was saying that I was like the only fucking white guy around. On Tinder, it's like illegal to have sex there. These girls were so down. You're a foreigner and you're not going to judge them. They're like, hey, what hotel are you at? They want to find out that it's not someone that's going to like dob you in, and they're like willing to come like straight over. So a big part of this is showing that you're not engaging in the local like beliefs or culture, that you're different than that. And then it's going to go back to what I said before, which is if she's got this belief herself, you need to help her get out of that a little bit. So one way is going to be build the value, build the emotion. The second way is going to be talking about it, is saying that like, hey, you shouldn't feel this way. Like there's no need to. You should be able to do what you want. Like the country that I'm from, like in a Western culture, the women are much happier this way. So, you should be too. So yeah, those would be the ways that I'd get about it.
So going back to my method, you have element one and element two. You have attraction and you have a psychological bond. You also have a physical bond and an emotional bond. Some women are sort of kind of the normal path of build attraction and element two, sort of in tandem. We can toggle back and forth between the two of them. Uh, but these women that are more conservative, we're going to want to inject a little bit more of element four into this as well. So, sort of the emotional side of these are women that actually want to get to know us more on a deeper level. So, if you're interacting with a woman and she is sincerely not looking for a hookup, she's more conservative, she wants a boyfriend, she doesn't want to get laid quickly. I don't recommend running game on her just to hook up with her. And then, like, if you got there, like, oh, she must have wanted it type thing. These are the women that are going to have buyer's remorse. If you hook up with them and then leave them and peace out, they're going to feel shitty about it. Now, if you're looking for an actual girlfriend and you want something lasting, then I'm going to recommend working element one and element two side by side. So you're going to be bonding with her on a deeper level and you're going to be building attraction, and you're sort of intuitively going to transition back and forth between element one and element two. You're going to give her whatever emotional momentum she needs as well to feel like things are spiraling in a positive direction. And you're going to put element three last. Element three is not going to be first. It's not going to be second. It's not even going to be third. It's actually going to be last on the list. You're going to build attraction with her and a rapport with her, but you're going to go even deeper into rapport with her. And yes, you can certainly run the risk of being friend zoned if things don't escalate quickly. But I would say just simply draw the timeline out a little bit more and put the elements in a different order.
I mean, you're just going to get relationship or friend zone this way, right? Like, how do you avoid the relationship zone?
Listen, that is a very real risk of this path. It's one
It's not,
path.
it will happen. I mean, the question is like, how
No,
to
it
avoid it.
won't. No, it's not guaranteed to happen. There are times where a woman's in a relationship with a guy. She's in our social circle and she's dating some guy, and we're like, why the fuck is she with that guy? Fuck that guy. She belongs with me, right? How do we handle that? Sometimes our only option is to run either path four or path five style of game, uh,
Okay,
which I outlined
this guy's just gonna get like friend zone or relationship zone.
being friend zoned when you slow things down is a real risk. But what is the other option? Sexualize it really fast. If you believe you can break down her sexual barriers and move things forward, be my guest. Okay. My only warning is there's a higher burn rate, I believe, by sexualizing too soon than slowing things down. If she really likes you and you slow things down sexually, your chances of sort of falling off the cliff in this direction are less. There's no recovering if you sexualize it too quickly. So if you want to burn through that interaction, it may
Too
work, it
quickly,
may
yes.
not. And then you
Sexualize.
also have to be careful if she's actually looking for a relationship and you sexualize quickly and you escalate quickly, and then it's sorry, babe, great time and everything, but I'm out.
So hang on, if she's looking
She's
for a
gonna feel
relationship,
fucking
what's the
upset.
plan then? You just get into a relationship?
What's that?
So if she's looking for a relationship,
Hmm.
then what is your plan? You slow things down and then get into a relationship?
How many times do I have to say this, man? It depends. It depends on the
No, no,
woman.
no.
It
Well, I'm
depends
giving
on the
it
guy.
depends on
This guy who actually paid money for his super chat, okay? I'm going to say this to him. I'm going to just repeat it one more time. If he's just interested in hooking up with this woman, I don't think he should do it if she's genuinely interested in a relationship. But if it's
hang on,
like,
but
I know,
what if he doesn't know? I mean, none of us know if we want to be in a relationship with a girl until like 6 months in.
that's
What if
certainly
this
a
guy
thing.
says,
That is certainly a thing. There's definitely the thing where the woman's very conservative. She's very apprehensive about having sex. You give her a wonderful sexual experience, and she's like, huh, I've been missing out on this my whole life, But here's the general rule. Generally, they're going to want to do it more than once. If I want to have sex with a woman once, unless I'm on vacation or something like that, I probably shouldn't be having sex with her at all. Unless
why?
I'm on vacation and having
Damn,
sex with,
why?
listen, here, also repeat it for you. Unless I'm on vacation and having sex with her once is my only viable option. If I want to have sex with her once, I probably shouldn't be having sex with her at all. If she
But
lives
yeah, you
five
keep
miles,
repeating that. I guess I'm asking
if
why. Are you
it's
worried like she's
because
going to
if
be
she
hurt?
if she lives 5 miles away from me, let's say she lives 5 miles away from me, why would I want to have sex with her once and be done? That tells me that she's not attractive enough physically, or she's not attractive enough personality wise. The two sides of element one, by the way, personality based attraction and physical
This doesn't make
attraction.
any sense. I'm sorry. You
It
basically
makes
said, why would I want to have sex with someone that I wouldn't want to have sex with? Well, you wouldn't, right? But if she met your standard for looks and sex and you're like, hey, I just want to have sex with her once and it was fun and that's it, like, why can't you do that? That's what I'm asking. Like, are you worried you're going to hurt her? Are you worried that she's going to be upset? Like, I don't
yeah.
understand why you wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. As a general rule of thumb, there's two things that happens, right? If I'm looking at a woman, I'm thinking I just want to have sex with her once, okay? I'm either like
Hmm.
kind of just caving into a sexual desire. I'm basically just using somebody else's body when I could just please myself with a handful of lotion, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna
Is,
I'm
you know,
using somebody's body to please myself instead of just
you know,
pleasing myself, or I'm gonna hook up with her once and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck was that? Why only once?" So
okay. Is there not,
my
is there,
general rule is if I only want to have sex with a woman once, I probably shouldn't have sex with her at all unless I'm on vacation and there's no other option and it's just going to be a onesie. Fine, have at it. I'm not saying don't go
but
have
why
some
is it different
vacation
on
sex.
location? Why are you still not going to hurt her if you're on vacation? Why is that different?
Well, you're being more upfront when you're on vacation. Hey, babe, I'm on vacation.
Well, why not just be upfront when she lives 5 miles away?
I want to have sex with you once. Why would you want to have sex with anybody once and that's
You
it?
just said you do it on vacation.
Yeah, if we're on vacation, there's no other option, but you can still actually continue an
What if
interaction
you're at
even
home
if
and there's
she's
no
on
other option?
vacation. We do have Zoom and we have these things called planes, so she could actually jump to another city to meet up with us.
So hang on, you do it
Mhm.
overseas because she could meet up with you again. Why wouldn't you do it in person then? Like, why wouldn't you do it just 5 miles away?
I, I think I explained it pretty simply, man.
No, you,
If I
it's super
only if
confusing.
I only want to
Basically,
have
what you're saying
sex,
is you wouldn't have sex with a girl, okay, one time and that's it because you're worried about hurting her feelings and setting up for wrong expectations, which I agree with. I don't think
or
anyone
I'm
should
or
sit
I'm
and
or
say,
I'm or I'm caving into just an immediate sexual need. Like if you're ever looking at a woman and you're like, oh, I could probably get myself turned on enough to have sex with her once, but that's it. Like, don't have sex with those types of women, right? Calibrate
why
your
not?
game to, huh?
Listen, if you're a guy out there and you meet a girl and she's like, "Listen, I've got a kid and a drug habit, okay? But she's really hot and really sexy and she's fun and she's cool and like you want to have sex with her and you don't want to see her again, like whatever. As long as you're upfront about it, like you just have to be clear. If the same way, again, you're being very passive. You're relying on, oh, if I'm overseas, she's going to assume that this is a one-time thing. I'm going to have to move back. There's going to be no, just tell her, like, if you live 5 miles away and you just want to have sex with her, just be clear. Just be like, look, I'm a very sexual guy. This is going to be fun. Keep it sexual. Don't promise her that you're going to like see her again and make love to her. But the problem is when you go slow, that's what's expected. When you go slow, you have to rely on being overseas. You can't do it like when she's 5 miles away because, again, you're setting the wrong expectation here. This is one of
Well,
the issues I had with the
there you
framework.
go. There you go. If you want to have sex with a girl once and she's not that attractive to you, at least be upfront about it. As Marcus says, I personally think if you only want to have sex with a girl once because she's either not that attractive or for whatever reason, you probably shouldn't do it at all. So, uh, anyway.